Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you are all doing well. Let's start. We'll do the usual. We'll go through the US dollar pairs, then the cryptos at the end. Okay, let's start. Euro US dollar, 4 hour. Right, so is this what we were looking for on Euro US dollar? According to the blue box projections, this is where we were expecting this one to reverse. Yes, we've got a bit of a bounce from the blue box right now. Doesn't mean that that is actually ready, but if you'd like to get an aggressive entry in here, you can do that. But just remember that that is not confirmed by the indicator. Yes, structurally, all confirms. We're right at the bottom, but the indicator just hasn't confirmed yet. So I'm a conservative trader. So if I'm going to take this trade, I'd wait to see something like this, and then I'll start looking for upside. I'd also like to see the daily and the 4 hour at least above 50 for me to start looking at this to make a move to the upside. So that is 1, 2, 3 here on the euro, and then I'll start looking for this if the daily is above 50. Right now the daily is right at the bottom, but everything is right at the bottom, so we could have reached the extreme of the correction. So let's see if this is what we're gonna get here on euro US dollar before we get a move to the upside. We're making a nice bounce on the 4 hour right now. It's a nice bounce on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour as well. So we just want to see something like this. You can see the 1 hour is also well below 50. So this is still very bearish. Let's see what happens when this one resets at the top and this one starts coming around this level, because it needs to break above here for us to confirm that this is going to continue to the downside. If it just comes here and reverses, that just means it was a bearish move and it was just a three-wave move, and we're still going to get one more. And you find that this actually retests the blue box before it actually goes. So while it's doing that, then you'll be getting divergence on the RSI as well. You'll be getting divergence on the RSI until you get something like this when it actually breaks to the upside. So that's how we're going to be looking at the euro. Right now, there's some nice bounce, but cannot be confirmed as a reversal. Pound US dollar, we're seeing some divergence here. We've seen a reset here at the bottom. We've looked at this structure. It's a three-wave structure. Is the end of the three-wave structure? Are we going to start seeing pound US dollar make a move to the upside? That is the expectation. That is what we are looking for this to continue to around 144 area. Right. For that to happen, we need to see this one get out of this structure and then continue to the upside. 4 hour is still below 50, but we have reset it here at the bottom. So we would want to see this one above 50 to confirm upside. Daily is still well above daily is still well above 50. As you can see, the daily is resetting here at the bottom. The RSI is just here, so we'll expect the pound to start making a move to the upside. So the pound move to resume higher. So keep an eye on that. US dollar chief, can we see a reversal from here? Can this be the three-wave structure that we're looking for here? Can you start then looking for, like this? So we don't have that confirmation for that yet. We've actually been looking for this to make 3 up, 3 back, and 3 up so that we can get the reversal. But this structure is still valid. This is still a valid structure, even if it only comes up to this level. Let's look on the 4 hour. Is there any sign of reversal? So this small impulse, the same impulse that we're seeing on euro US dollar as well, does not mean anything at this stage, guys. So we can see it's a positive that we're looking for a reversal on the euro. So that will mean that we need to see some weakness in the dollar index and all the dollar pairs. So we would want to confirm with a clear corrective structure to see that we're coming to the downside. So this is the DXY. The DXY has completed the exact same structure as the euro, has reversed into the blue box. We are right in the blue box, as you can see that we've projected a couple of days back. Now, is this the reversal, or are we still gonna continue to the upside? We are here right now, and that is what matters right now. So we've got a bit of a reversal. You can find that it does this, goes back into the blue box, and then we come down here. Even if it makes a small new high here, we'll be looking for that. So that can come with divergence on the RSI, showing us the reversal for this three-wave move. So things are starting to look really interesting. So let's see how that's going to play out there. We'll be watching that. So we've already looked at pound US dollar, US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, easy time for US dollar CAD to start the reversal now. So still just sideways here. So this is the three waves to the downside. It's an impulse here. Looks like we're making another three waves here. So we can get a structure like this before we get a move here, and then downside on US dollar CAD. Okay, so still sideways, tricky, not a clear trade setup. East Audi already has also made, just like pound US dollar made three waves. Are we going to start seeing this one make a move to the upside? Let's look at the indicator. There is some divergence on the indicator between this and that. We're seeing divergence. Even just here, we are seeing some divergence there on Audi US dollar. So any confirmation for a corrective structure, a continuation pattern to the upside, we'll look to take this one to the upside. That is Audi US dollar. There's some comment on the chat box. Let's see. Can you please provide me permission to record this current webinar? We record the webinars and send it to you. I don't think there's a functionality for me to let you record on your side. Okay, you're actually not even allowed to record the seminars because I send you the links anyway. All right, so let's continue. Audi US dollar, looking for that divergence. Let's see if we're gonna get the reversal. New Zealand, three-wave pullback, also showing some divergence. Is this the end of the move? Are we gonna start seeing upside here? Let's see. We're waiting for those confirmations around those areas. All right, so US dollar ZAR could make a regular flat. We can start seeing US dollar ZAR make a reversal from current levels. So we're starting to see the weakness on the US dollar. Can we get some strength here on the South African rand up to this level before we resume higher? Let's see what you get there. So it's only a single impulse, but that single impulse can turn out to be a corrective structure and take the top here, which is what we're expecting. So not clear in terms of direction right now. Pound yen is broken above the previous high. That means we're going to see further upside here. So these are 5 waves. Any pullback here, we're going to see further upside. We're still looking for that 156 and it's still on the way. US dollar yen looks like it's going sideways and we're going to continue to the upside. So every time you get those continuation patterns like this, like this, like this, like this, that's upside on US dollar yen. Euro yen, we still haven't broken this structure from yesterday. We'll be looking for Euro yen to go to around 130. That's about 70, 60 pips from where we are currently. But at that point, we can get this to reverse and then upside. Chief. So Chief, this is 3 waves. And this could end up as a diagonal before we start the reversal. So far, this is not ready to make a move to the upside yet. Looks like we're going to see downside here until we make that diagonal. Then we're going to start seeing upside. That's Chief yen. CAD yen, still continuing to the upside. The current candle is a continuation pattern. We're going to see this and then more upside. New Zealand. So New Zealand, if you look at this, we've had this strong impulsive move to the downside. We have this 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Could make another 1, 2, 3 up here before we get a move to the downside. Before we get here and then upside. So let's see, currently we're getting confirmation for continuation to the upside. And this is a trade here. I'll look at it on the 4 hours. It's not necessarily a trade, it's just a clear continuation pattern. Making another one, we're gonna see a further upside there on New Zealand. Audi. Audi, we've taken this, which I would have expected that we're gonna have something like this before taking the top here. So let's see how this is gonna play out. It doesn't look like we're gonna come down. It looks like we're gonna push to the upside. So the structure could be this here. 3 down, 3 up, and whichever number of waves to the downside before a resumption of the move higher. Not clear right now, this one. So gold, just like Euro US dollar, we wanted it to get to the blue box, but it looks like we've got some strong divergence if you look at gold here. Look at the 1 hour on gold. Look at this here on gold. We could be looking for upside here. Even if we don't reach the blue box, remember, it is not a requirement to reach the blue box, as long as the overall structure still makes sense. Can you start seeing gold do this? We are seeing weakness in the US dollar, so that's why we're seeing maybe this slight bounce on gold and a slight bounce on euro. Let's see how far those are going to go. Silver. Overall, silver, we should see this make a continuation pattern here as follows, and then downside before any reversal. Platinum also making a bounce with what looks like a diagonal. Could be a leading diagonal there, so let's see how that's going to play out. We will need to get a correction after the diagonal to confirm upside. Right, Brent crude, no change, still looking upside. We're getting a pullback right now. One possible bounce there, downside, and then upside. Pound chief, still pushing up higher. Remember, we are in wave 3 on this one. I showed this one yesterday. How we're looking at this is the third wave on this. So this is still going all the way. Could possibly go to around 168, 134. That will be 1, 2, going for a 3. So we've got this one here doing this. We're going for a 3 over there. And that is only the first leg of 1, 2. So we're still going to get at around 3, pull back and upside. Then we're still going to get this last bit there to complete the whole cycle. So we're still looking upside. Every time you get continuation pattern to the upside, you take it up to that level. Pound CAD. Let's switch off here. So pound CAD on the daily, if you look at this, we have made a very nice impulsive move. Daily is below 50, and now we're going to be looking for this. The structure is still this, 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for downside. We already had this one here. So we already have that structure. So look for any continuation pattern to the downside here on the 4 and the 1 hour. Let's check the 4 hour. That's the continuation pattern on the 4 hour. Let's see how this corrective structure plays out. If it confirms, we're looking downside. Similar to this, similar to that, we'll be taking it to the downside. Pound Audi. Need to go back to the daily on this one. So Pound Audi, this is what we looked at yesterday. 3 waves up, 3 waves back. Now we're looking for this to make another 3 waves to the upside. Okay, so a W, X, Y structure. Pound New Zealand, still pushing up higher. Similarly, we've got 3 waves up. Can you see the 3 waves? 3 waves back and another 3 waves up. A pullback there will just be making another leg for, will just be giving an opportunity to take another leg higher. That's 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up. That's what we're looking for, these 2 waves. And then upside. That's Pound New Zealand. Euro Pound. The structure could play out as something like this. We're still seeing continuation to the downside. We'll update the structure as we get more data. Euro Audi. Look how bearish Euro Audi is. Is this ready to make a move to the upside? I'm still looking for downside here. Yes, we did have the impulsive move here in these 2 days here, but this is just going sideways. And when this corrective structure is done, we should see further downside. But how is it playing out now? Let's go to the 4 hour. That's our 4 hour. Now we've already had this pulsing move and the 3 wave pullback. Looks like we've started the move to the downside. Now we're getting this pullback here in this degree, and we'll be looking to take it down. 4 hour, not necessarily a trade setup. We can see the 4 hour is below 50. Now what we're going to look at here is the 1 hour. If there's a setup on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, if we're looking at this is 1, 2, 3. We're looking for this. You can look for this one to continue to the downside. We are at the top, we are below 50, so supporting of the down move here. Euro New Zealand. This looks like downside here. Possibly to complete this 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and another 3 waves to the downside. We are below 50, we are at the top, so this one could likely come down here. EuroCAD, bit of a bounce there. That should just be a 3-wave structure. And then continuation to the downside. We are still pretty bearish on this one. Euro Chief, there's been weakness in the Chief. That's why you see Euro pushed up higher against the Chief. But we are seeing this corrective structure. And then this should make a continuation pattern as follows. A, B, and the C will look for upside. That's US dollar Chief. Audi New Zealand, there's a trade setup here if this breaks again above this. If this breaks above this, there's a trade setup. 1 hour, there's not necessarily a trade. We may find one on the 4 hour. There's the trade setup on the 4 hour. We've got a trade setup on the 4 hour. You take it there on the close above this level. then the next level will be there. So we were at the bottom, we are above 50, so this is a textbook setup, even if we can just get it to this level only. Audi CAD, like Audi US dollar, has made a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for upside. Audi Chief, sideways. We've got this. Can make a structure like that. Then we'll look for upside. Still more sideways though. That is Audi Chief. New Zealand CAD. Can you start getting a bounce here? They've all made these sharp three-wave moves, very sharp three-wave moves. Now the question is whether it is time for this to reverse. The RSI is still below 50, so we cannot tell at this stage. So we're waiting to see what we're gonna have as a setup here, whether we're gonna get that in upside. New Zealand Chief. Chief is still weak, so expect the New Zealand to keep pushing up higher, even if it does this and continue up higher. So the Chief is still showing weakness. Even CAD Chief, you need to look at this one on the weekly or the monthly. You need to take every time you get a pullback on Chief. This is going up. This is going up, and we're looking for this to go all the way up to this level. Why? If you look at this structure, it's a very clear example of a textbook flat correction where you've got 3, 3, and a 5. This one is going for a 5-year. So every time you get a pullback, take it on your CAD Chief. It's looking upside. Anyway, it follows, CAD follows oil, so that's why you've got that strength. Let's look at the indices. S&P 500. Let's go back to the lower time frames and look at those corrective structures. This is the corrective structure that we want to see break to the upside on the S&P 500. So we have nothing has happened. We failed to break yesterday. So let's see what we get. The RSI is failing to break above as well, and we're resetting at the top. Are we gonna get one more down before upside? Let's watch that. So all of them will be the same. The Dow Jones had broken out of this structure. Now we will look for this to start making a correction above here for upside. Nasdaq. Yesterday we were looking at this to have made the three-wave structure and expected it to make a push to the upside. We're not getting that. Instead we're getting one more down here. Let's see how far that one more down is gonna go. UK 100. Sideways, expect this to push up higher. Same way this one pushed up higher, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 back. So we're looking for that move in the UK 100. DAX has broken out as expected, looking further upside. That is DAX. Nothing we didn't discuss there. Nikkei. Nikkei, we're still coming down nicely and correctively with this three-wave structure. So we can start seeing the Nikkei break above this and push up higher. Nifty. Upside. We've broken out of this, we're correcting here. We're looking for upside. Let's look at the cryptocurrencies, looking very interesting. So we were expecting this move here, this to be a flat and possibly have this come down as three waves before it pushes up higher. Okay, can that still happen? Bitcoin is now back above 50. The daily is now resetted and looks good for more upside. Let's go to the daily. So with that three-wave structure here, Bitcoin has made this a structure like this resetted, and this one remained above 50. So at no point did Bitcoin remain below 50 on the daily, so it's showing us continuation to the upside. Although we were looking for this one to come give us this one more move, so that is not happening. But this still looks like a decent three-wave structure, which can come back for 1, 2, 3 here before it goes 1, 2, 3 before it goes to the upside. So that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, three waves back, 1, 2, 3, and now we're on our way to the upside. So any pullback here on the 4 or the 1 hour, take it up. Litecoin, not as convincing as the others because this looks like a three-wave structure and this looks like another three-wave structure. If that is the case, we may see this one do that and then upside. But they all have to move together, so we're expecting that even Litecoin will have a similar move as Bitcoin, even if it does this and then upside. So we just need to watch the cryptos over the next couple of sessions to see what the next move is going to be. Right, so that's all for today, guys. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Today is the last day of the course. Those that are attending the course, I will see you tonight. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.